When you take things from nature, you're exposed to yourself because you're consuming more of your true self, and it's explaining you to you. So having a natural green diet, even doing psychedelics, I guess, would be considered that. I mean, that does open a lot of people's minds. You don't need that to do it. I didn't need that to do it. 20 years later, I guess, you can't say that it's because of psychedelics that my mind opened, because that happened when I was 18, 17, and I was 38 when it happened the second time, without anything. Meditating on, actually it wasn't even meditating, I was trying to hypnotize myself to be successful. I mean, it's way different. And all of a sudden have this spiritual experience where I've seen, like, every entity. Like, the thing is, like, I wish I could take it all the way out of my mind so that I could say that I didn't experience it, so that people, when I tell them, they won't consider that crazy, because I can look at it from a people point of view and feel like, damn, that sounds crazy. I've been every creature of mystical proportion and every giant if I want to. Like, I've been them, but I don't want to slow down time to experience that, because it's not important to me, if that makes any sense. If you can experience all things at all time, you can be anything at any time, in any place, in any galaxy, in any scenario you can come up with. And it's not because you're just being creative. I mean, you can do that as a person. You can come from a creative point of view. But when you astrally project and you go beyond your body, you're actually doing it. Like, it's you, what you really are inside your body. It's you being able to control who you really are. And once you can control that, you realize that there's something more than that. And sometimes people get there, or not even people, sometimes we get there, I get there, because it's all that one thing where they all come from. All physical things and all ideal things, anything that you could come up with in your mind is out there in an invisible reality. And when you get to experience that invisible reality, you see it's way more than not just invisible. It's everything and then some. So, trying to explain that to people who aren't interested and think that, going shopping for, we got to get the sale for, the eggs are 2 for $5, it's half off at Dickies, we're going to get all kinds of good clothes, and let's go to Macy's and go to the mall. And if you think that's reality, then you'll never comprehend what we really are. And you'll think people that are talking like that are crazy, because you're so, it's almost like Neanderthal now. Regular human beings are like Neanderthals now, if they don't really understand that. We are organically way more powerful than any technology. But instead, we're letting technology take us over. We're organically way more intensely, vastly genius than any technology could be, because technology is us using that invisible thing to express it. And the invisible parts are expressing themselves through themselves because we've given them the doorway to do it. And we're not understanding that because none of us are smart enough. Well, there's a couple of us here and there, and I don't want to keep saying none of us because we're all one. The scattered individuals know this, but they won't come together to understand. What we have to do is come together as one and totally, finally decide and understand where we came from, instead of saying, no, this is my belief. No, this is my belief. I can explain any of your beliefs to you. Any religious person who wants to tell me about their belief, deep, let me study it. Let me understand it. Tell me all of it, as deep as you can go, and I'll tell you where it came from. And I'll tell you why. And I'll make complete sense of where it came from. All of it. Every single part of it. Everything. I have no doubt in myself. When I come back to being Dan-ness and having to act like a normal person around people, that's when I have to watch what I say, or, don't be too passionate, people think you're crazy, because I'm not worried about what people think about me. I'm worried about what people do to Dan because of who he is, or what he's become, and what he's able to do. Dan is like a super-powered genius that's here to help everybody and save them, but instead, they'll probably make fun of him and discard him, and eventually, who knows, because I'm not going to let him go crazy, not in personal sense. When he's by himself, He feels crazy. Right now, he's listening to me talk to his tape recorder. He's totally sober. And he's talking to his tape recorder, listening to himself, being like, why are you doing this to me on my tape recorder? Now people are going to think I'm crazy, but I got to play it for him because I have to be honest. That's what he's saying to me, and that's what I'm saying to him. But we aren't the same individual. We're the same being. We're all the same being. The windshield wipers operate because cars have windshield wipers, and when you turn the thing forward, it runs on its own program. Or is that program running off of your intention? Or is your intention running off of the very first intention that created the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, all the way up to this point? Well, folks, that's exactly how it happened. But instead, we keep wanting to believe that, we're just a member of our family, and our neighbors don't have to be people we know, and we don't have to take care of the environment, and everything is just we can do that too, but that's how we destroy ourselves. And I'm telling you, I've seen it all happen, and I can explain it all, but it doesn't matter if nobody wants to hear it. So who cares if I explain it all? The best way to explain it all was make a movie about it, but then that movie's going to have graphic images, and then that's going to get in people's minds and fuck them all up again. So I have to do this in person. I have to do this with the spirit. Me and the spirit together have to do this so that we can so we can show people God. You use the spirit as the tool to show God. And once you open up the spirit and they talk to you and they talk through you, then you can open up the channel to God. And once you open up the channel to God and it talks through you, God is you, and you actually become it. It's the most uncrazy thing there ever was. It's the most beautiful, brilliant. How the hell did we do this? How did we all come up with this amazing thing that's going on endlessly, forward and backwards, here and now, nothing and something all at the same time? How are we doing it? I don't know. I think we're geniuses, and I think we're amazing and beautiful and worth love. But instead we hate each other, and we turn on each other, and even the people that are in our families, they don't listen to each other because they have their own opinions, and their own opinions are distorting reality. What real reality is, divine reality, is one thing, and I have the answer. I love you guys. Peace.